What's good, everybody? In today's video, I'm looking at two EOC problems, and I'm going to show you how to avoid common misconceptions on these word problems. As we start this video off with problem number one, I want to let y'all know if I was in high school, I would have definitely got this one wrong because I would have rushed through it and not understand the concept. So after you read this problem, right, most of us are going to say, hey, the amount of gallons is going to affect the amount of miles driven, because that's what we're typically used to, right? However, they try to trick us, y'all. So if we look at the wording, it says the volume of gas in a tank in terms of miles driven. So when we look at that, what are they actually saying? The variables are reversed. So they're saying, hey, the amount of miles driven is going to affect what? The amount of gallons available in the vehicle. And I want to explain this even further. So let's make a chart, right? On the x-axis, we have miles. On the y, we got, the gallons of gas. Let's put gas, right? And now this is where 18 makes sense, right? So let's say this is 0, right? At 0 miles traveled, guess what? We have 18 gallons of gas. Now, what we're trying to figure out is, hey, what is this second point? What is the upper threshold, or how many miles can we drive until the tank is full? So now that we understand that concept, right, we're basically we're solving for X, right? The miles. It tells us what is the domain in this context. So we know we're solving for X. How do we solve for X? We make the other variable 0. So now f of X, right, we're going to turn this into 0, and we're going to now solve for X. So just please understand why I had to touch on this problem today, because it's a trick question, and I ain't gonna lie, they would have got you, boy. So all right, we got 0 is equal to 18 minus 0.05x. We now go ahead and add x on both sides. So now it's positive, right? 0.05x is equal to 18. We now divide, and once we divide, make sure you guys get your calculator right. We got to make sure it's right. We're gonna get 360. And like I said, guys, this is the upper limit. So once we get to 360 miles, that means there are no more gallons of gas available. So our answer would have to be D, and this is why. Now, before we go, let's look at problem number 2. Because problem number 2, this is what we're kind of used to. They tell us exactly what they mean. So it tells us the total cost, C, right, is a function of the number of hamburgers purchased, X. So we know X is the number of burgers, right? And we know C of X is equal to the cost. So remember that C of X is just that number on the opposite side after we solve. So when we look at this, we ordered 2 hamburgers, right? And then it cost us $5. So when it comes over to function notation and understanding what the problem is asking us, this is why it's so important, because we make the problem 10 times easier. We really hope this quick review was helpful for you guys, and it eliminated some of the confusion with function notation. Smash the like button for us, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments for future videos you guys would like to see on our channel, or if you guys had questions on today's video. Thank you for joining Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters.